Hard to visualize these? Here's a rectangular pyramid. We name them. We name the pyramids by their bases, if you remember. And how does the volume of a pyramid compare to the volume of a prism? So what I did was I did my best to draw a prism here. Whoops, I don't want to go that high. And if I outline my pyramid, there's my pyramid. How do you think that compares to the volume of a prism? That's a good guess. Looks like it's half the volume, but it isn't. It's 1/3. Okay, so that's going to be our formula. And if you can get this to work at home, that's great. I couldn't get it to work. Anyway, the volume is 1/3. Okay, guys, what's the volume for a prism? TJ, do you remember?
It's base times height times width.
No, it's the area of the base times the height. The base might be a trapezoid, so it can't be base times height times width. You're thinking of a rectangular. Now, no, it's just the area of the base. It's how many cars can park on one level times how many levels you have. And the volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. And make that a cursive B for area of base. And that's what goes on the next page. You ready? More or less. Kind of looks like a beta, actually. Because the next page is, well, it's just a problem. They don't work. It's a Greek letter for B. The Greek letter for A is alpha. Okay, so what goes in here is 1/3. I know it looks like it's a half, but it's really 1/3. Okay, so there is my pyramid, and we're going to find the volume of that pyramid. Okay, so the volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Now, I like to have a plan. And if you just have numbers without any formulas, or if you just have an answer with nothing written down, I won't give you credit for it. Now, what's the shape of this base? TJ, what's the shape of this base? Shape. It's a square. What's the area of a square? Side square, not the number of degrees. How do you find the area of a square? It's side times side. And then it's times the height. And that's it. Then we just put the numbers in. So it's 1/3. And then some of you have problems with the arithmetic. Then use a calculator. And what are the sides? 6 times, no. I want the area of this square. What's the area of that square? It's 6 times 6. I'm going to write it out that way. And then the height is 8. Sorry. And I can take 1/3 of 6. Now, you guys could put this on your calculator. You could multiply all those out, 6 times 6 times 8, and divide by 3. Or, because I know 3 goes into 6, it goes in twice, then I get the volume is equal to 2 times 6, which is 12, times 8. And I know what that is because I've done it so many times in my life. It's 96 cubic centimeters. But you may use a calculator. Now, I was just at Target the other day, and the little calculators, and I don't know where my little one went, but they're $1. So something like this is $1. So if you want me to go to Target and buy them, you give me $1. I don't care. We can do that too. But you should have a calculator. The test, I think, is going to be Thursday, and you need a calculator. I've only got like 3 or 4 because we don't have batteries. Okay, are we ready to go on to the next problem? They're all the same. Sometimes they have weird shapes like this one. And that's a regular polygon. What is that polygon that's at the base there? TJ? Sydney? What's the shape of this polygon?
Hexagon.
The hexagon, okay? Okay, so let's write out the plan. The volume is, and don't forget the 1/3, times the area of the base times the height. So the volume is 1/3. Now, do you remember how to find the area of a regular polygon? Remember, anybody remember the formula?
P1.
1/2, no, that's trapezoid, AP. Okay, and on Schoology, I have the formula sheet posted. If you've lost the one you have, times height. Okay, so the volume is 1/3, and now I want the apothem. Do I know what it is? What's the apothem there? 4. Okay, Zach? Garrett? 1/2 times 4, and the perimeter is 6 sides times the length of one side, so it's 6 times 5.
Are we going to get the formulas on the test?
Yes.
We have this formula.
Times how tall it is, which is, oh, how tall is it? I got to go back to the reading. It's 10. Now, you guys, calculators are fine, except that this is easier than that. What difference does it make?
I like
And there's a quick graph app, which is very nice, actually, in your self-service. Okay, guys. What's 1/3 times 1/2? It's 1/6. I don't know why I buzz, but I do. This is 6. What's going to happen to the 6's? 6 in the numerator, 6 in the...
200.
Well, I don't need a calculator. What's 4 times 5? What's 4 times 5? Sydney, what's 4 times 5? 20 times 10 is 200. Did I need a calculator? No. And I believe they were cubic centimeters. Because the 3 times 2 gives you 6, and 6 divides into 6 one time. So we don't need a calculator necessarily. Okay, shh, TJ. Because in the numerator I have 4 times 6 times 5 times 10, and in the denominator I have 2 times 3. That's 6. These are equal. But I want you to realize that you can multiply across like that. It's not distributive.
So we're like finding the volume of the pyramid. You find the base.
Area of the base.
Yeah.
So whatever shape it is.
And you just times it by the height.
Yep.
And then
So it's much easier than surface area. Surface area is harder. Because to do surface area of this pyramid, I have to find the area of all those triangles going around and add it to the area of the base.
And then you divide it by 3 after you.
Yes. So let's look at this one. Now here, this one you're going to have to understand the fractions. It says the volume, here's the formula, is 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, what's the volume, Cole?
It's 1/3 times
458.67 equals 1/3. Now I've got to get the area of the base. That's a pentagon. It's a regular polygon. So it's 1/2 AP. And what's the height? 8. Okay. So this big number, 458.67, is equal to, well, it's 1/3 times 1/2. The apothem, I don't know. What's the perimeter? It said, that's what I'm trying to find. The perimeter is the length of the side, 10 times 5, and I still have times 8. Now, here's the question. A lot of you have a hard time finding out what A is. TJ. No, I'm teaching, and I'm almost done. So you should have enough time to maybe get this done. Now, I want to do, guys, I want to multiply the fractions that I can. and I can take half of 10. I can do this. Half of 10, 2 goes into 2 once, goes into 10 5 times. But I can't get rid of the 3, because 3 doesn't go into 5, 5, or 8, does it? And so I don't want to make that, I don't want to deal with the repeating decimal. So what I'm going to do is triple this equation. I'm going to multiply this side by 3 and this side by 3. I can multiply by 2. I can multiply by 6. I can multiply by anything I want, but I chose 3 because what will happen to the 3's here? What's 1/3 of 3? It's just 1. They cancel out. So on the left side, it's 3 times 458.67 equals, and we can multiply that out. That's A times 25 times 8, and we can do 25 times 8 in our head. They're 8 quarters. How much money is that, TJ? 8 quarters.
$2.
It's $2, so that's 200 cents. So that's 200A. And now what do? Divide by 200. You have a hard time with the fractions, so I cleared them out. I multiplied. I could have multiplied by 6 and gotten rid of the 3 and 2 that way too. The numbers just get bigger, but if you're using a calculator, it doesn't really matter. So approximately, this is about 2. So my apothem is a little bit bigger than 6. It's 6 point something. I don't know exactly what it is because I don't have my calculator handy.
I see how to do it.
I always get rid of the fractions. I could have done that. Well, I don't want to do that on the other ones. And that's it. There's nothing else here. Okay? So here's the secret here. It's the area of the base times the height. You have to look at the shape of the base and write that formula down. And it's real clear how I'm doing this because I wrote my formula down. Are there questions on homework for today? Remember, answers are online, and there might be mistakes. And the rest of the time is for you to work, and we do get out of here early. I'm sorry, what?
We get a bit the same that we missed out on today.
If you can be quick.
What?